Okay, we are going to finish up the Unit 7 review sheet here with the stuff on Nixon. Question 26, describe détente. So that term détente refers kind of to a warming or a thawing of the Cold War. The goal here is for the United States to have better overall relations with communist countries like the Soviet Union and China, with the goal of avoiding conflict with those nations. So for 26A, how did this idea of détente specifically influence the United States in terms of our actions with China and the Soviet Union? So President Nixon visited both the Soviet Union and China in 1972 with the goal of trying to start to normalize relations with them. And importantly, Nixon also signed the SALT Treaty with the Soviets in 1972, and this was a nuclear arms limitation treaty. Number 27, these terms all relate to the Watergate scandal. So the idea of executive privilege is that the president has kind of special rights and special privileges that no one else has. Nixon claimed during the Watergate scandal that he didn't have to turn over recordings he had made in the White House because of this executive privilege. Now, going into the next one, tapes and resignation. Eventually, this made its way to the Supreme Court, and Nixon was forced to turn these tapes over by the Supreme Court. And based on some of the evidence found in these tapes of Nixon abusing his power, Congress actually started to take the first steps of the impeachment process. However, though, Nixon resigned before this could actually happen. So despite common perception of the situation, Nixon was not impeached. Nixon was not removed. He actually quit before any of that could happen. So this is an example of checks and balances and separation of powers. So during the Watergate scandal, both the Supreme Court, which is the judicial branch, and Congress, which is the legislative branch, checked the power of the president, which is the executive branch. As far as the pardon goes, after Nixon had resigned, President Gerald Ford, who became president after Nixon, issued a blanket pardon for any potential crimes Nixon may have committed. So he kind of shielded Nixon from prosecution. And this hurt Ford politically, and eventually leads to Ford not getting reelected when he had to run again. Finally, overall, the impact of the Watergate scandal, many Americans were very disillusioned with the federal government. They lost trust with the federal government, and Watergate combined with Vietnam really led to a lot of people, again, losing trust in institutions like the presidency, the military, and the government overall.